Say what, let's do then. Let's journey back in time to the Omni and take a look. We're going to see a situation now with Sullivan and Davis. And, well, it'll be sort of somewhat self-explanatory. There's Kevin Sullivan moving into the ring. The Anderson brothers in there, and Mike Davis. And, of course, Davis has had a thing trying to settle a score with these Andersons for quite a while.
The Anderson brothers, that goes to show you exactly what kind of thing they're made of. You know, that's typical of their attacks. They like to pick on someone, especially when he's down. I don't know what they have against this particular individual, but it seems like every time they have a chance, and not only with him, but anyone, they always jump on his case. But I kind of made it my business. I saw an opportunity, boy, and I flew in there with everything I had, because I've had it up to here with the Anderson brothers, needless to say.
Well, that's certainly understandable, and of course here you got a situation of 2-on-1, and you're faring as well as anybody could be expected to fare against two men like the Anderson.
Well, as you see, the Anderson, the two of them got me under control, got me down a little bit, but I still had a lot of fire in me, and I was going to come back no matter what. I had the spark, the drive, the whatever you want to call it, to get after these guys, and by golly, that's exactly what I did. But you know, two men, anytime you tangle with two men, you're going to have your hands full, especially with the Anderson brothers.
All right, and Steve Kern suddenly making his presence felt here very, very solidly, and now we got Steve-O, and of course a regular free-for-all.
Yes, needless to say, you know, and Steve, Steve and Steve Kern, both of them are supermen and absolute great athletes, needless to say. But, you know, the Anderson brothers...
Switch back to the Omni and see what happened during this tag team match. All right, of course, it was you and Steve Kern against the Anderson brothers, the Minnesota Wrecking Crew.
Well, you can see here now that during the course of the match, we're quite a ways into the match now, and Carson saw fit that he should come out and cheer for the Anderson brothers. Well, Kern and I are just lucky that Dusty Rhodes happened to be watching, and the Dream took it upon himself. Kern and I, you know, things turned out a little bit disastrously for him, but Kern and I at the time were very happy to see him, because when Carson's hanging around the ring, you never know what he's going to be up to. He's gotten the Stomper out of a lot of tight squeezes, and it just seemed like that he was going to try to do the same thing with the Anderson brothers. As you can see here, Dusty chased him off. And the match continued. It was a tough match. You know, the Anderson brothers are one of the toughest tag team combinations in this part of the area, also throughout the country. And here you can see Don Carson. Dusty thought he had taken off back to the dressing room, but he snuck back to hit him over the head with a 2x4 when Dusty wasn't looking. And here you can see Dusty laying on the ground. Of course, I had to continue with the Anderson brothers in the middle of the ring, and Kern took it upon himself to take it out on Carson. And you can see everything's breaking loose here. And poor Dusty's lying on the ground.
Well, it was a sneak attack by Don Carson, and of course, it looks to me like the two of you had to take matters into your own hands to settle the issue and clear the ring.
There was a lot of matters to take into our own hands. You know, Ole and Gene were standing there, and Don Carson hanging around. You never know if he's got a 2x4 or what else he had. You know, I think Dusty Rhodes, you know, I was just proud to be in Dusty Rhodes' corner. You know, the American Dream, everything he stands for, you know, the man is a true legend. And just being around the man is a real treat. But when somebody comes up behind him and does something like that, they're trying to take away the legend and trying to bring down the Dream, and I don't think they can do it.
Well, I don't think so either, and I'll tell you what, earlier in the week, during this past week, Dusty Rhodes videotaped a very, very special message, and let's listen to that message right at this time. Dusty Rhodes with a word for Don Carson.
Yeah, it's a different situation going on right now. In every major event that happens around the country, there is always some way to get equal, some way to get even, some way to get bad. I hate to, because sometimes it inflicts pain on me. Go in and pull out the bull rope. I hate to pull out the bull rope, because when I do, you know it means I get bad. You know whoever's on the other end will feel the pain, the blues, and the agony. And Daddy, you can't sing the blues unless you had them. And Don Carson, in the Omni, when you strap this piece of rawhide with this bell on it and it's ringing, you're going to be thinking about why you hit me in the back with a 2x4. You're going to be wondering why you're going to be taken out with the bull rope and Omni.
Okay, there we have it. No question about Dusty Rhodes and how he feels about the situation. Of course, at that time at the Omni, he was rendered unconscious and, of course, was unable to go into his match against the Stomper.
Well, you know, they've had so many injuries as of late. The physician on the scene recommended very highly that Dusty Rhodes not go back out. And from what has happened in the past, I can't blame him one bit. You know, there's going to be another time to fight Don Carson, to fight the Stomper, and Dusty Rhodes knows that, and he's going to fight him on his own terms.
All right now then, let's take a look at all of these events that led up to Steve-O and the National Heavyweight Championship. Let's take a look at that now. There's the Stomper, of course, in the ring. At that time, he was the National Heavyweight Champion. Dusty Rhodes, who was scheduled to wrestle, could not, and you're taking his place.
Well, you know, Carson and the Stomper were just ecstatic that Dusty Rhodes was not around. They thought they had things going their own way. And right now, they're just kind of laughing, joking to themselves because they had taken care of Dusty Rhodes, and then they just loved me. So, you know, when the people start cheering for you and the adrenaline starts flowing, it's a whole different story. You get inside the Omni, you know, and it's one of the biggest arenas in the country. And when the people start cheering for you, I may say this a lot of times, but you know, it drives wrestlers onto things. It drives them onto things they never thought they could achieve. In the Olympics, you know, the adrenaline flows, it drives athletes on. It was just the same way in the Omni. It drove me to come up with something I never thought I could come up with, and it was just enough to get by in the match.
Well, it's the one thing that coaches can't teach, as far as I'm concerned, Steve, and that's there's no way you can teach somebody to have heart. You either have heart and intestinal fortitude or you don't. And you have certainly proved, as everyone will see during this match, you've proved that you've got that coupled with your tremendous wrestling capabilities, and a beautiful move here.
Well, you see here, I'm trying to go for the airplane spin. In the back of my mind, I know that I got one hole that Don Carson and the Stomper don't like, and that's the airplane spin. I tried to get it on him right there, and Carson once again jumped into the ring. Well, right here, they tried to take advantage of that, but I happened to switch the hold on him and got him into the airplane spin. I'm very confident with the airplane spin. I've won a lot of matches with the airplane spin, and it's been very good for me. And it just so happened that right here, it brought me the national championship.
It did indeed, in a solid count of 3, too. Certainly no question about that. A stunned Don Carson charges into the ring. An equally stunned Mongolian Stomper. Those shoulders were down for the count of 3. We saw it, and of course, this man who is with me right now, Steve-O, the new national heavyweight champion, and certainly, again, our congratulations.
Well, you know, Gordon, those are moments I'm going to treasure forever, and I just want to, again, thank everybody, because this belt belongs to them.
It's massive ego, and again, you hear Flair saying, tell him that name, tell him that name. He has a massive ego. Certainly no question about that. Flair brings him up. Vertical suplex. Reverse Nelson, it is Flair. Steps into the figure 4. And it is on the reverse side. It is on the reverse side. And that is most interesting indeed, that he goes to a reverse side figure 4. And instead of going normally to the right side, goes to the left side. We'll try and have a word with Ric Flair about the situation. As I said, of course, this man is the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, closely followed, of course, by Tommy Wildfire Rich, but an interesting...
Closely followed. But Gordon, it's been a long time, right, brother? But when they all want big-time wrestling, when they want to say, sell out, and the biggest name of them all, who do they call, Gordon Soley? They call the Nature Boy. Hey, no brag, just fact. Big money, big towns, woo! Fast women, fast cars, pretty clothes, diamond rings, woo! And that NWA belt are all synonymous with Ric Flair. And that's why I'm in Atlanta. Harley Race won't come to me, so I'm coming to Harley Race. You understand that? Atlanta, you need Ric Flair. Woo! Harley Race is going to have Ric Flair. Gordon Soley out here, baby. Woo!
There's not much more I can say about that man. Flamboyant, but he is double tough.
Ladies and gentlemen, this event is one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first from parts unknown at 240 pounds, the Invader. His opponent from Nashville, Tennessee at 240 pounds, Tommy Rich.
Well, it's obvious here that Michael Hayes has some sort of affiliation with this man, the Invader. He came out to the ring with him.
Gordon Soley, right now, the fabulous Freebirds have way too many things going with the National Tag Team and Georgia Tag Team contingencies. Got rid of DiBiase. I think I may have taken care of the dog. Now, I can't have Tommy Rich in my hair anymore. I don't have time to worry about him. That's why I took a lot of money, spent it on this man right here, the Invader, because, baby, green talks to everybody. It's the bottom line on anything. And this man is going to get rid of Tommy Rich and get him out of my hair.
Well, the comments from Michael Hayes saying that, admitting openly that he has hired this man, the Invader, to eliminate Tommy Wildfire Rich if he can. Obviously, Tommy Rich has got to have some other thoughts about that, too. Just broke it up very nicely. Rich back on his feet. Tommy Rich into that corner, caught by the Invader. And there you see Michael Hayes cheering the Invader on. Rich catches the Invader coming in. It's Rich exploding now. One to the side of the jaw. Rich moves in on him again. And so Tommy Rich so far has taken everything the Invader has to offer. Hip lock takedown, the Invader. Barring on the arm now. And Michael Hayes being warned by the referee to get off the ring apron. Tommy Rich. On drag takedown, has him back to the canvas once again. Back into the near turnbuckle. Rich uncorked the right hand. Again, collar and elbow. And a good block by Rich, and Rich explodes. And the Invader suddenly finding out that no matter how much money he was paid, he's going to have a hard problem with Wildfire Tommy Rich. Rich now with the short scissors on that leg. Hayes at ringside continues to try and lend encouragement to the Invader. Referee calling for the break on that one. Across the eyes and the mouth. And now the Invader starting to choke Tommy Rich. Tommy Rich smashed into that turnbuckle. Rich explodes back. Rich catches him with a boot to the midsection, arm whips him into the rope. Beautiful flying drop kick coming off the ropes. Tommy Rich again, arm whips his man into the near turnbuckle. Rich up. And it was Rich with a head scissors, a dangerous situation. The Invader was able to shake it off, however. It was a blocking move by the Invader. All right, a slam into a lateral press, but it was Rich powering out before the count of 3. Rich brought up again another full slam by the Invader. The Invader. And now it looks like he's coming off that top rope, and Rich catches him. Rich catches him. Knees to the midsection, and Hayes, obviously a study in frustration. The Invader back to his feet. Good block by Rich. Rich connects with a hard right hand. Whips him off. Catches him with a knee coming off the ropes. Tommy Rich. And behind him once again. Good vertical body block.
This guy is nothing but a loser. I've never associated myself with nothing but winners. He's humiliated me by spending money on him. I'll find somebody to get this punk out of my hair.
Michael Hayes, and a very frustrated Michael Hayes, saying that he is no longer going to use the services of the Invader. And so...
Where's the sissy ride to, Gordon? Where you at, Hayes? Sissy? You know, Gordon, I've got some good news today, and I got some bad news. You know, first of all, the Junkyard Dog and myself, we done proved that Hayes is sissies, his Freebirds, whatever you want to call them, we done proved they can be beat. I believe you got a film that'll tell the whole story.
Move to the Omni now and show you this match. Tommy Rich and the Junkyard Dog against the Freebirds. And, of course, you can see at this point in time, Tommy, all four of you in the ring at one time.
Yep, that's the only way, that's right there. We come in the ring, and we come to take care of business, Gordon. We didn't come to play. And Junkyard told me he'd had his run-in with him. He said you had to hit him hard and heavy, and that's exactly what we did.
All right, the two of them in the ring now, and the Freebirds move back in farther into the match at this point. The tag was made, and the Junkyard Dog moves in. Of course, it was later on that, of course, this incident occurred regarding the Junkyard Dog.
Yeah, you're seeing a little bit. Hayes got some of that. I don't know what it is he's got in the bottle. But just like you said, Gordon, you're seeing a little bit. He claims it was an accident, but he brought the stuff out there, and he knew exactly what he was going to do with it when he come out there.
Well, of course, this is a great point of contention right now, and, of course, as the match continues, both Terry Gordy and Buddy Roberts moving as they do all the time, exceptionally efficiently, under the management and guidance of Michael Hayes. One certainly has to give them credit for being great athletes, however wrong their philosophical attitude might be.
Well, that's exactly right. You know, I'm not taking nothing away from Gordy or Roberts, either one. They're both tough, you know, and I guess, you know, they got with Hayes blowed all kind of wind up him, and, you know, I don't know what he's told him, Gordon, because just like you said, they're two great athletes, but they're, you know, they're hanging around with some bad company. The sissy, Mr. Hayes, Michael the Sissy Hayes, I call him.
Junkyard Dog now with a beautiful atomic knee drop, and
he right there, he got a hold of the sissy right there, Gordon. Right here, boy, big dog got wild, boy. Hayes jumped up, he right there. He's wishing he didn't. A few minutes, you'll see the dog got to him. See a little blood running down that here. We got a little bit of what we wanted, Gordon.
Well, obviously, of course, in lieu of all the things that have happened, the situation is long from being over.
You're exactly right. You know, they're making a thing of getting together and hurting people. Well, we're going to get our own little group together. You know, Hayes, he's always, anytime you go out there with him, Gordon, it's 3-on-2, because you can't forget about Hayes. Right there, you can see his head, where the dog head butted him. He give Hayes all he wanted. Hayes right now is wishing that he wasn't even in the Omni.
And at this moment, Buddy Roberts and Terry Gordy gaining a momentary advantage over the Junkyard Dog. And there you can see a very embittered Michael Hayes and Buddy Roberts now with a rear chin lock on the Junkyard Dog. And it looks to me like he could be coming close to a choke. He makes the tag with you, and you move back into action.
Yeah, dog, he got down, he got over. So that's what a good tag team's all about. When you get in trouble, Gordon, you tag out. That's what Gordy and Roberts is good at. One gets in trouble, they tag out. So you got to stay on them all the time. You can't give them a chance to get on you, because when they do, they stay on you and they take you. They definitely know what they're doing out there.
Junkyard Dog scoring effectively now, and of course you come off the ropes, a beautiful vertical body block, and now watch Hayes carefully. He comes into the ring, and it is difficult. It is difficult. He tripped. There was no question about that, and whatever that substance was went into the face of the Junkyard Dog.
Gordon, nevertheless, whether he tripped or not, he had to top off the stuff. He come in the ring. He knew what he was going to do. Tripping or not, that don't have nothing to do with it. He come in there to blind the dog, and he got half of the job done. He just got him in one eye, you know, and he's got that dog stirred up and fired up. The dog, he's down, he's getting ready, and he said he didn't care where we got a hold of him at, whether it was out in the parking lot, he didn't care. But Mr. Sissy and his two Freebirds was definitely going to get got.
Well, there's certainly no question about the fact that I think both of you have all of the justification and all of the right in the world to want to get them back into the ring. I might just point out that the Junkyard Dog has got some double vision, I understand, in one eye, and also he's very light sensitive in the other at this point.
Yeah.
Absolutely. May I just say that I've had thousands of phone calls asking about the condition of Ted DiBiase. For all of you that were so terribly concerned about him as we were, again, may I give credit to the paramedics who responded with such quick and efficient care to Ted, and of course to the entire hospital staff for their outstanding job. Let's go then to the hospital and these comments from our good friend Ted DiBiase on the way to recovery.
After what happened to you yesterday, Ted, you know, not only are we concerned, but all the people, you know, we've been getting a lot of calls, and people asked me all day yesterday how you was doing, and I guess the best way for them to know is for us to come down. You know, we wanted to come down and see how you was doing, and figured you could just let everybody know, you know, because, like I said, a lot of calls and everything, let everybody know how you was doing.
I really appreciate you guys coming down to see me. It's always good to know that your friends are there to support you when you're down and out. And, you have to excuse me a little bit if I don't sound quite myself. I'm on some very heavy medication for pain. Doctors have told me that I've suffered a serious concussion, and that I do have a neck injury, and that my neck is going to be stiff for some time, and I really don't know how long it's going to be, how long I'm going to be laid up. You know, it's one of those things that you think about, and you know that it can happen, but you don't ever really expect it to happen to you. And right now, I'm just hoping for the very best. I would like to say that the personnel, the people here at the hospital have treated me very well. I've received an awful lot of phone calls and telegrams from people all over the country wishing me well. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everybody for their concern and their support, because right now it's greatly appreciated and greatly needed. I really don't know what else to say right now, except that I hope that I can come through this thing and get back on my feet, because I'm not a quitter. I've never been a quitter. And I don't intend to start now.
Well, we know that, Ted, and, you know, we wish you a speedy recovery, and so do all the people out there.
Thank you very much, Tommy. Appreciate you being here, I really do.
Here's a great team. Tommy Wildfire Rich and the Junkyard Dog.
Well, you know, a lot of things been happening around here. You know, Ted DiBiase just got hurt here. And Sunday night, my main man, Tommy Rich, and I, we beat the Freebirds, but we didn't get a chance to enjoy it. Simply because, Hayes, you got to me once again. Now, I got this patch on this side because it's very sensitive to light, and I got double vision in this one. But, Hayes, no matter what, whether it's in Atlanta, Georgia at the Omni, or Columbus, Hayes, keep looking over your shoulder, because that square circle is the dog yard, and nobody run the dogs out of his yard. Oh, I'm gonna get you, Hayes. Tommy Rich and myself, you gonna feel the thing of the thump, Hayes. Just stick your nose in again. You haven't forgot me yet, Hayes. You'll never forget me. I'm gonna always be around.
Sissies, you better be looking over your shoulder, Hayes. It can be in the Omni in Columbus, Ohio, but it might be out in the streets. So, Hayes, you better have your boys ready.
Time limit. Introducing first from Pacific Beach, California, at 240 pounds, Snake Brown. His opponent from Roanoke, Virginia, at 250 pounds, Mr. USA, Mr. Hercules, the Georgia champion, Tony Atlas.
Well, that's right, Tony Atlas, Mr. Hercules. He won that contest recently, and of course, also Mr. USA. He's the Georgia heavyweight champion, going up against a very, very sly competitor in Snake Brown. Atlas very quickly got a side headlock, but Brown got him into the ring ropes and forced the break. Snake Brown. Side headlock once again. Snake Brown moves around him, Tony Atlas. And a mistake on Brown's part. Don't try anything that requires tremendous strength with Tony Atlas, because he'll outdo you. As you can see there, the tremendous definition and confirmation of his muscles. Brown made it to the ring ropes and forced the break, but I doubt if Brown will try that again. And it's Atlas now beginning to move on Brown. Brown pulls him back to the turnbuckle. Brown catches him on the break, catches him again, and now Tony Atlas. A forearm. Hip toss by Atlas. Atlas now manhandling Snake Brown. Tony Atlas whips him off the ropes, catches him in the pit of the stomach, and Brown into the ropes. Trying to get back to his feet, Atlas obliges him, brings him up. Beautiful drop kick into the chest of Snake Brown. Brown drops to the canvas once again. It is Tony Atlas bringing him up. And he presses him 240 pounds above his head. That's live weight. A slam that has Brown back to the canvas. The headbutt by Tony Atlas puts Snake Brown back to the canvas. Lateral press. Count of three. Count of three, and it was all over for Snake Brown. We can't say enough about the tremendous capabilities and abilities of this man, Tony Atlas, Mr. USA and Mr. Hercules and the Georgia heavyweight champion.
You know, Gordon, thank you very much. You know, the more I begin to wrestle, I feel myself getting back in shape. Here last week I was here, and I was into bodybuilding. Had my man on bodybuilding. My man is on wrestling. I feel good about me, man. Tommy Rich being back. Junkyard Dog, my best wishes go out to him. And Ted DiBiase. A lot of people like the Freebirds running through the air talking about how bad it is. Freebirds, anytime you want to get a partner and wrestle against the Georgia champion Atlas, feel free to come on and do so.
Fair enough. There you have it. A challenge from the Georgia heavyweight champion, Tony Atlas. And Tony, congratulations and continued success.
Thank you very much, Gordon.
Okay. An outstanding young fellow and a great, great competitor. He is the Georgia heavyweight champion. And I believe we do have another match upcoming here momentarily. We'll be waiting for the Freebirds to compete. And we'll have them out here in just a moment. It was encouraging to hear the comments from Ted DiBiase. Tommy Wildfire Rich and the Junkyard Dog in a special grudge match.
You know something? I feel good. Because finally, things are going our way.
Ted DiBiase, as you're sitting there in that hospital, boy, remember all the weeks of torment that you tried to put on us. Remember that it is not our fault. It is you and your so-called friends, such as that dog. And Rich come out here and told a pack of lies. The only thing that happened to you, punk, was that you're too clumsy. You can't walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. But it doesn't matter. It can be in the Omni on April 12th. It can be tomorrow night where we're going to Columbus, Ohio to bring Freebird Fantasia. But let me tell you something, punk. Don't ever call me a sissy, because I am a man. And Freebird Fantasia will bite you too.
Take a look at this gentleman that you're looking at right now. I am the Southern Gentleman, the greatest dressed manager in the world. I heard what Dusty Rhodes said. Can you imagine inviting me into the ring when I go out there? I train people, Gordon Soley. I don't have to worry about going into the ring and getting myself all messed up. 1977, 1978, and 1979, I was voted the greatest and the best dressed man in the wrestling business today.
In other words, you're not answering his challenge. You're denying his challenge?
We might have a little surprise for him. There's a lot of people getting hurt around here now. If the man can't stand the heat, he needs to get out of the kitchen. Take a look, Gordon. I haven't even combed my hair today. This is perfect. perfection. Right here, you're taking a look at it right now, Gordon. This is number one.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Carson. What can you say about a gentleman like Don Carson? You know, he's a manager, but Dusty Rhodes wants him, that's for sure. Well, let's take a look at wrestling around the United States.
The Anderson brothers coming to Atlanta to the Omni. Gene and Ole Anderson, Minnesota Wrecking Crew. And Ole, I think you fellows made a mistake when you jumped wrestling number 2. He's got himself a partner, Superstar, and they're going to be some team.
I can't imagine where in the world they would come up with a combination like that. Wrestling number 2, you've got to have lost your mind. The Superstar? Well, I'll tell you what, we didn't make a mistake jumping you, number 2. You made the mistake even getting in the ring with us. The fault is yours, but we'll correct that. We had a lot of other things on our mind, but this time we won't have anything on our mind but you. You and the Superstar. Now, there's a real combination, Gene. 2 guys with masks. Never, ever had those masks off. Let's give everybody a little bit of a treat. After we beat Superstar and after we beat wrestling number 2, let's rip those masks right off their heads. Right here in Atlanta, right at the Omni. The Anderson brothers are coming, so get ready.
Seen apply a figure 4 in that manner.
You know why? Because that's my figure 4. That's not Buddy Rogers. It's not Jack Briscoe's. It's not Wrestling 2. It's the Nature Boy's figure 4. You understand? Everything I do is original. Like that girl over there said. She said, you see the Nature Boy? Woo, he is some kind of fine. Right or wrong. He is some kind of fine. He's not one of the Freebirds. He's not Dusty Rhodes. He is the Nature Boy. Woo! He is the finest thing going today. Cadillacs, diamond rings, and any woman I want. Just like that. You know why? Because my name is Ric Flair. And I am the finest, toughest piece of work in wrestling today. And I'm here, Gordon, for one reason, and one reason only. Because Harley Race won't come to the Big Daddy. Woo! So the Big Daddy is coming to Harley Race. And I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving Atlanta until Harley Race and I meet right there. Fast women, fast athletics. That's what Atlanta's known for. That's what I'm known for. And brother, the Nature Boy is going to stay here, woo, until he takes the world title from Mr. Harley Race. Ladies and gentlemen, look at it. It's the finest product today. No imitation, awfully imitated, but never duplicated. The Nature Boy will be here, woo, for a long time.
Gordon, I told you it was beautiful. It's all in the mind. It's right here. Dusty Rhodes needs to worry a little bit. We're going to Columbus, Ohio. We are going to Columbus, Ohio. Ted DiBiase is supposed to be the man's partner. Ted won't be there. They're bringing in Robert Fuller. Robert Fuller will be there. That's perfectly all right. This man right here, Gordon Soley, is the #1 top man in the world today. He's going to be in the Omni. Tell him his opponent in the Omni.
All right, now in the Omni, of course, facing Tony Atlas, you've got a situation.
Yeah, Tony Atlas, people are being hurt. People are being destroyed, and it's time to get the job done. And I am not through with Dusty Rhodes yet, Gordon. I'm not finished yet.
Well, a Texas bull rope match is what he wants with you.
Hey, I'm not saying one word about anything except it may be surprising.
Ladies and gentlemen, this event is one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first from Pacific Beach, California, at 240 pounds, Snake Brown. His opponent from Nashville, Tennessee, at 230 pounds, Tommy Wildfire Rich.
Tommy Wildfire Rich going up against Snake Brown. One fall, 10-minute time limit. Rich with a quick takedown and a side headlock on Snake Brown. Good shoulder smash by Tommy Rich. Brown drops to the canvas, gets up, and it was Rich right on top of him into a hip lock takedown. Tommy Rich moves with amazing speed. Up against the ropes, Snake Brown. Clean break by Tommy Wildfire Rich. Arm drag takedown by Rich once again. And Rich putting the pressure on Snake Brown. And Brown complaining to the referee. But to no avail. Once again, it's collar and elbow, and Tommy Rich again getting the side hip. And Snake Brown broke it up, and Brown now steps through the ropes as the very volatile Mr. Rich exploded. Side headlock by Tommy Rich. And again, Snake Brown broke it up, and again, Tommy Rich this time catches up with Brown, and it is Tommy Rich now punishing Brown the manner in which Brown has been punishing him. And Snake Brown now asking for some surcease. And it's Rich with a takedown, so Rich now fighting fire with fire. And one certainly can't blame him. Snake Brown utilizing the ring ropes. Brown complaining about the tactics of Wildfire Rich, but Brown's the one who started him. Snake Brown with a side headlock on Tommy Rich. Beautiful move by Rich. Dropped down, almost had the pinning combination on Brown. Single leg pickup by Tommy Rich. As Snake Brown back to the canvas once again. Referee watching, and again, there you see the shortcuts that Brown will take. And Brown trying to get back to his feet. Chops across the back and the head, and now Wildfire Rich explodes, catches him again. Brown is dropped. And Brown trying to make it to those ring ropes. Tommy Rich breaks it up, catches him again. Tommy Rich now, let's fly with a hard right hand into the head of Snake Brown. And it is Tommy Rich. Hits him in the middle of the ring, a beautiful vertical body block. A beautiful vertical body block by Tommy Wildfire Rich. And we'll try and get Tommy over here for a word. By the way, I might point out that next week our program will be 90 minutes long from 6 until 7:30. And the best of the following night will start
I feel good today. I feel good today. You know, looks like Hayes, Mr. Sissy. How about it back there? Mr. Sissy Hayes. You know, seems like he says his boys, Gordy and Roberts, ain't got enough time. They hadn't got enough time for Tommy Rich. Well, Michael Hayes, don't send masked men. Don't send nuts. The only nut I want to get a hold of, Hayes, is you or one of your Freebirds. You know,
in the Omni and the 12th, you'll have that chance.
You know, Gordon, you said exactly right. The 12th. Omni, the Junkyard Dog, and myself. You know, but there's a lot of other places. There's Columbus, Ohio. Tonight, I'm going to be in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So Hayes, you know, he was out here talking about Freebird Fantasia. Well, I got a new name for it. It's Sissy Fantasia. And Hayes, I'm coming after you, Jack. And I don't care where it's at. Chattanooga, Columbus, it don't matter.
Rich was out here telling a bunch of fabricated lies. And I know you got that film back there. Now you show it, and I'll give you a true account of what happened on my birthday. And
well, these are really idiots out here. Roll the film.
Let's take a look at what he's referring to, of course, is the incident with Tommy Rich and the situation that occurred with the Junkyard Dog. And if we can...
started this. I'm a man. I'm a full-blooded man. Roll the tape, Sully.
All right, I'll let you explain it in detail, sir.
I will if you'll just give me a chance. Now, here they are acting all silly, trying to steal my strut. They look like a bunch of chickens with hemorrhoids or something. Look, the thing here is they are trying to put together a tag team combination in their first time together, and they're against a tag team that goes through training, rigorous training methods, time in, time out again. Gordon Soley, you've been around wrestling a lot. I don't like you. I don't mind saying it, but I know you know talent when you see it, and this is the best tag team in the world. And it's not bragging. It's the truth. Now look at this. He's kicking on Buddy like he's a wild idiot, running around howling like a dog. See, the man don't know if he's coming or going. See, you know, he's got strength, he's got ability, but he has no brain. Now this punk here, calling somebody a sissy. Now who's down, huh? Now who's down gonna call somebody a sissy? Legal tag, a legal boot to the head, and Tommy Rich is welcome back to Georgia. Georgia on my mind, the only thing on his for a tag, he's down flat out on his back. You know, see, Gordon, we don't have to come out. I heard Ric Flair out here bragging about, you know, he's this and that, and he's not a freebird. No, he's not a freebird. There's only 3 of them in the world, and that's all there'll ever be, because we stick together, we do our thing together. There's Junkyard Dog holding on to the hair, throw it. Now look, see, he's dragging Buddy in the ring. He's not even supposed to be here. Now this is where he made his mistake. See that? He had no business touching me and doing that to me and busting my head like that. There I am in my beautiful $1 million robe, and he's pulling me in the ring. I'm minding my own business. But he did get what he deserved. It wasn't my fault. I can't be responsible for how stupid he is. I mean, you can just look at the guy and see he has not a lick of intelligence. But see, all that acting up because all the people condone him, they approve him, they like Tommy Rich, the Junkyard Dog. See, we don't need that for motivation. You see who's down right now. The Junkyard Dog is down. See, it should have been a 3. Now look at that. That is a pathetic sight. A beautiful face like that covered with crimson for no reason. I did nothing to the man, and he dragged me inside the ring. But you know, cheaters never prosper, and every dog has its day. Get that off the camera. I can't watch that, man. There, that's better. Now you see he's down, he's out. So we don't need fans for motivation, Gordon Soley. All we have to do is hear our song and get it on. Now here comes, all right, so here's a big tag to Tommy Rich, and what can he do? Throw punches. That's all, throw a bunch of punches, and he ain't even knocked anybody down yet. No, this is not a caliber class team. We shouldn't even have to have wrestled these guys in the first place. Since DiBiase couldn't have made the match, then they should have just forfeited. Now see, here it is. Now see, the Junkyard Dog has no business being in there. He's not the legal man. I tripped. See, I just tripped. It was an accident. Now, it was a full accident. Anybody could see right there it was an accident. It was an accident. It was an accident. If he'd have never been in the corner where he didn't belong, he was not the legal man in the ring. I cannot be responsible for, you know, hey, if he's stupid, he's stupid. It's not my fault. I'm not his parents or nothing. I mean, you can't hold me for where the guy stands in the ring. And if he gets what he deserves, then he gets what he deserves. I have no remorse about it. It's the second time it happened to him. He's as dumb as, you know, as he looks, if not dumber. And that's just the way it should be carried out, just like that. But the thing...
What were you doing in the ring is what I'd like to know.
Well, you remember he dragged me in there. Now see this. This is ridiculous. If I could get them to hush a minute, I want you to know that tomorrow night is Columbus, Ohio, and Junkyard Dog and Tommy Rich want to try it again. In the 12th in the Omni, Junkyard Dog and Tommy Rich want to try it. But the first thing Tommy Rich has got to do is get by tonight in Chattanooga. And I understand his partner's wrestling too. I don't know why they got these two men together. I understand they're trying to compromise a whole bunch of people to get rid of the Freebirds. Let me tell Wrestling 2, let me tell Tommy Rich, let me tell Junkyard Dog. Ain't none of y'all can do it, baby, because Fantasia, and it's Freebird Fantasia, not no sissy Fantasia, is here to stay, brother, whether we gotta hurt somebody or not. And Ted DiBiase, one parting thought. I hope you're resting comfortably.
His opponent, the national television champion from Tampa, Florida, at 228 pounds, Steve Kern.
Steve Kern moving out against the Invader. Kern, of course, holds the national television championship. Kern, beautiful takedown. The Invader very quickly made it over to the ring ropes, and that caused the break. And duck under go behind by the Invader. Kern blocked him, however, countered to a bottom wrist lock, lateral drop and takedown. Kern keeping the arm barred. Takedown by Kern has the Invader back to the canvas. Now the Invader trying to get back to his, tried to hook a leg or an ankle that time. Managed to get Kern into the ring ropes, drives a shoulder into the abdomen of Steve Kern. Full arm drag and twist by Kern. Kern lashes out with a boot. Kern catches him again. This time Kern slips away in behind his man. Takes him back to the canvas, but the Invader makes it to the ropes. Again, the Invader back on his feet. This Invader can go. There's no question about it. The Invader caught him. A forearm on the break. Reversal by Kern. And Kern caught him with that forearm coming off the ropes. An outstanding victory for the national television champion, Steve Kern.